defensive scheme, kind of what Coach Patterson's done. Can you talk about the experience for you and how that's changed kind of your game a little bit?
I think it made me better as a football player. I don't know if it's necessarily me being here for 4 years now or just picking up the system better, but I feel like I got better this spring. I feel like it was a great stepping stone for camp for me personally, and I think our defense is much improved, understanding the concepts of what he's trying to put into play.
How much has having kind of one voice in Coach Patterson as opposed to last year with both DeForest and Patterson kind of leading the way, how much has one voice kind of helped the defense overall?
I like it better. In general, I like it better as a linebacker coach being the coordinator, because all throughout my playing days, that who it was, the linebacker coach was the coordinator. So just having him to be able to break down the defense all the way down, since he's the one that's running it, is much easier. It helps the linebackers understand, and we know who to look to when somebody messes up. We know who's supposed to do what, so it's good having one voice.
So now that you've had a full spring with Patterson as the defensive coordinator, can you kind of compare his attitude as a coordinator compared to his attitude as just kind of a position coach?
He gets on everybody instead of just the linebacker group. He's definitely the toughest on us because he expects us to make all the plays, and that's how we are. We should be the quarterback of the defense, but if somebody else, like a corner, somebody makes a mistake, he'll get on them too, as opposed to last year where he just worried about the linebackers.
What would you say kind of is the strength of this defense? Is it that linebacking core that now all of a sudden has a lot of depth between you and Isaiah and Nick and Jared?
Well, I hope so. We're definitely striving to be the strength. Our safeties are pretty good. Our corners are much improved. Our defensive line is very talented. So I don't really think nobody has really stood out position-wise. But the linebackers, we have to be the group that stands up. So we have to have a great camp.
Last week I asked Isaiah about how kind of personally you guys took 2012. Can you talk about like what it meant to you, how the defense performed, and how much of a chip on the shoulder you came into the spring with?
Well, I know personally I got it pretty bad when I went home. People making little jokes back and forth, and it doesn't feel good. Going home here stuff about the Orange Bowl a year ago, and then coming back and hearing everybody making fun of how bad your defense was. So I think all of us are tired of hearing about it, and we know that we could be the strength of the team this year. So I think we're going to try and come out and show some people that we are pretty talented.
Finally, last question for me. I mean, as a senior, it's going to be your senior year. I mean, how much of a leadership role do you want on this team?
Definitely got to talk to the younger guys. A lot of them are getting discouraged, I think, maybe, because they keep doing the same thing wrong. And I told them it's a process. You have to take so many. It took me 2-3 years of reps getting yelled at, getting cursed at to finally do stuff right. And the biggest thing is just how you keep your spirits up. So I try to tell the young guys to keep the spirits up.
Thanks, Doug.
What he was about as a coordinator and what type of philosophies he was trying to put in for us, and it carried over into the spring. Even though we didn't run exactly the same things we did for the bowl game, we understood the concepts that he wanted us to play with. So it was much easier to gel into the defense.
2 more practices left. Are you guys on the defense where you guys should be at right now in the spring?
Well, me personally, I have higher expectations for the defense. I want us to be better, but I think honestly we had a pretty good spring, and I think with new guys coming in this summer that we should be a more complete and better defense.
Thanks, Doug.